Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Krishna, Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Jai Gaura Hari Bol, Hari Bol, Hari Jai Gaura. Hare Krishna. Chaitanya. Jai Gaura, Jai Gaura. So tomorrow is a special day, especially warrior devotees and in Puri, in Jagannath Puri. So our main temple is in Jagannath Puri. So our Gurudev is appears in this state of Orissa, Arya. There, almost all of them are devotees of Lord Jagannath. Jagannath means the Lord of the universe. So in a few weeks, there will be big festival like every year. Lord Jagannath will be carried by a cart, and Jagannath, Baladev and Subhadra, 3 big cars. And lakhs of people, of devotees are coming. Still up to date, and one of the biggest festivals in India. So the story is coming like this, that Krishna living in Dwarka. And he wanted to go to Vrindavan, where his youth, he was there in his youth, he had wonderful pastimes. So he arranged something. Tomorrow is the day where Snan Yatra is performed. He took part, he was, gets baited by his devotees. It's a big ceremony. The king of Austria also comes. He was actually here a few years ago, here in our temple. You remember? Yes. So he is also very close to Gurudev. He was. So all of the Austria devotees, on this day, they come to the temple and they are bathing Lord Jagannath. So everybody can put some water and bathe him. So tomorrow we will also celebrate this between 11 and 12. But our Lord Jagannath is not big like Jagannath Puri. He would not fit on the altar, maybe. Yes, maybe. Opening. He is very big. Jagannath Baladev Subhadra. So we are also bathing them with scented water and the flower. We are sprinkle. So after this bathing ceremony, the Lord got sick. But in the evening, after the bathing, there was one story. I do not remember exactly, but he took the head of Ganesh. So he will get a crown where the trunk of Ganesh is symbolized. So on this day, he becomes sick. So he will be removed from the altar and got his private place, and there he will get diet for a few weeks until car festival starts, Radha Yatra. So this is, we will also celebrate Lord Jagannath will not be there on the altar for the next 2 or 3 weeks. I don't know exactly when Radha Yatra is. I think. Yes? Juli. Really? Oh, it is here in Austria, but it's not in Puri, maybe. No. But Snanyata, what we are celebrating today, this is according to the Muni, according to the original. So the Radha Yatra stays a few weeks there. So until this time he will be restored and they will get diet. I already have to pay today some medicine, tea. He gets simple food every day that he gets healthy again. And the devotee is waiting for him and lamenting, where's my Jagannath? Jagannath Bhatit Bhavan, the most merciful. He is very merciful. So this is, tomorrow this Snan Yatra is performed. I think we will start around 11:30, just before the Bogart is served to him. And after Ati, the curtain will be closed. And in the evening, we can darshan, but with his crown, with this trunk of a Ganesh. There was is a story behind. I do not remember this. Yeah. And then next day, he will stay in his private room, and he will be cared by the pujari. So this is the story for tomorrow we are celebrating. So did we announce this? Not yes. It's a little late, but yeah. Everybody is welcome. If it's clean and not contaminated, then it's able to also bathe Lord Jagannath. So I wanted to tell this just for festival tomorrow. You're coming tomorrow for festival? It would be morning or at least 11. You must get up. So now we will hear from Srila Prabhupada, our Param Gurudev. See Srila Prabhupada Das, Upatishamrita. How we can also see Lord Jagannath as he really is. Now we have not the eyes to see him. We see only the external form, but he is the Lord of the whole universe. We have to consider this. What we see is just a figure looking with big eyes and big smile. And so this is only the external, what we can perceive. But in reality, he is the Lord of the universe. He is controlling everything. He is everywhere. He is in your heart. But this vision we are not, unfortunately cannot yet understand. But Srila Prabhupada gives us tells us how we can attain the vision to see him. If we realize this, then we don't have to be afraid of anything in this world. Then we are protected by Lord Jagannath. He is very merciful. And you will not die anymore. But as we discussed, we are not caring so much about this. Because we are very much entangled in this world. But we can hear, if we understand, and we are fortunate, we will realize a little bit. Even this is very high speaking of our Param Gurudev. Srila Prabhupada Bhakti Siddhanta Saraswati Thakur. There is a question. Is divine service to the Supreme Lord the real freedom? Did we read this yesterday? No. Srila Prabhupada answers, yes. We are so much under the spell of illusory energy and so much subordinate that we cannot protect ourselves personally. That is why Srimad Bhagavat instructs us to make a pursuit of the Supreme Lord only round the clock, knowing the mundane power to be treacherous. We are always under the clutch of death. So a materialist will always answer or will argue like this, that we cannot protect ourselves personally. They will argue, but the doctor will save me. My father will save me, my parents, all will save me. But who will save you from dying, from getting old, from getting sick, taking birth? No, it's not under our control. So we cannot ourselves protect. That is why Srimad Bhagavan instructs us to make a pursuit of the Supreme Lord only round the clock, knowing the mundane power to be treacherous. We are always under the clutch of death. So where is our freedom in the world of illusion? If we can engage ourselves only in the service of Hari, we will be established in the spiritual health, and eternal freedom. Eternal freedom. For us in this world, it is already very, very difficult to understand what is eternal. We have no idea what is eternal. We have an imagination, we can imagine, but we have no idea. It is our eternal home. So how is the consideration of surrendered soul? An earnest devotee admits all the rules and regulations of the Supreme Lord with a bent down head. So means in a very humble way. He admits all the rules and regulations of the Supreme Lord with a bent down head. Because basically we cannot do anything in this world. It will not happen anything according to our desire, or it may happen, but it will vanish. It is not constant. It is only temporary. Everything here is temporary. If restlessness is manifested in the arrangement of the Supreme Lord, the want of faith and unwanted desire are proved by that. Like to hear Bhagavatam, hear the pure devotees, or hear Kirtan. It is very difficult for materialistic people to control their mind. It is unknown to them to get peace in the mind. And we can see, so almost impossible to hear or to keep stay in an atmosphere where the mind is not going mad all the time and chasing us and hounding us. So they are very much difficulty. They will not understand so much. A devotee earnestly remains surrendered to the Supreme Lord without paying any glance at whether the divine mercy apparently appears to be punishment or cruelty. So whatever will happen, the devotee accepts as the Lord's arrangement. We can never do this. We always want to go against. We always want to find fault because of him, of her, of this, of that. I am suffering. But I cannot accept that my whole life is controlled by Supreme Will, by Jagannath, by the Lord. According to my karma, I will get whatever it may be. I have to learn to tolerate, not being disturbed. This is the one of the sadhana. Sadhana means one of the exercise we have to practice practically in real life. None of the material difficulty can deviate him from surrender. So he is always surrendered, means he is always depending on the Supreme Lord. Whatever your arrangement may be, I will move according to your will. And then, if we can surrender like this, then the Lord himself will protect us. He will guide us. He will reduce our karma to almost nil. Can deviate from accepting. None of the material difficulty can deviate him from surrender. Can deviate him from accepting Krishna as the maintainer, even a bit. The Supreme Lord is the all-seer. But the vision of the conditioned soul is full of many obstacles. So it is dissatisfaction or restiveness is expressed in the instruction of Godhead. It is as good as accepting one's own inauspiciousness. The surrendered soul becomes satisfied with the instruction of the Godhead. Then there's no other consideration than the ceaseless service to Hari for him. Of course, Srila Prabhupada is absolutely pure devotee. He speaks on this level. And we are not able to may accept or may realize or understand properly. But this is the goal of someone. So, but our goal in this material world is how to enjoy. We go to God, please give me more enjoyment, give me more money, give me this, give me this. How you think you can realize God? You think He's your servant? What attitude we are approaching the Supreme, who created everything, everything belongs to Him. Now He should serve us. Is this normal? Is this normal here? This is the material world. He must become, and if you don't serve me, I will become God, I will do it myself. Is it not logical? Or is it not truth? Is any argument or any question on this? The Vedas and this speaking of the pure souls, Bhagavatam and Gita, they are not ordinary scriptures. They tell you the truth, eternal truth. It is unknown to us. And we also don't want to know it. Not too much, to a certain degree. We like to. But we don't want to know the truth, the complete truth. This is material life. In this way we are illusions, we are imagining whatever. It is like a dream in what we are dreaming. And one day you will wake up. You will have to leave this dream. This is for sure, this is reality. Regarding which matter will we have to be careful? Srila Prabhupada says on this, we will have to take care of attaining loving service to the Supreme Lord after awakening the eternal nature of the spirit soul. We will have to be always careful about the attainment of the very loving service of Bhajandanandan. The person whom Krishna gives mercy does not have any other property or shelter than the Godhead. If one becomes proud of high birth, wealth, erudition, and beauty, one will not have his mercy. And one enters the mundane life. If one is led along the path of real well-being, then there cannot be any taste for the object of one's liking. If one is led along the path of real well-being, then there cannot be any taste for the object of one's liking. That is why an intelligent person accepts the path of real well-being and serves the Supreme Lord in the association of saintly persons, till death, what we call death. When one loses the taste for the objects one is liking in this world, then he loses the taste for this by becoming surrendering or accepting the Lord as all in all, and realizes then an intelligent person accepts the path of real well-being and serves the Supreme Lord in the association of saintly persons till that. So because we have not realized, we have not experienced bliss, happiness, and non-anxiety, we are constantly in anxiety. What will happen? What will happen with my family? What will happen with me, with my health? So many things. I was always in anxiety. Nowadays, this material world is hell, but we think there's still enjoyment here. Yeah. All the substance of the world belongs to the Godhead. If one is greedy after that, one will have to face difficulty. So we have to understand, everything what exists is created by Him, for Him. He created it for His pleasure. And we want to imitate him, and he created this world of conditioning, mundane. So we forgot him, we forgot our real position. Those who are averse to hearing the divine topics become addicted to material life or become conditioned. They ride the chariot of their mind and fall into ill fortunes. I have become a Vaishnava, giving up this false ego and being in a humble mood while praying. One is to take care about the attainment of the divine service. I will get the mercy of the divine Lord, provided Guru, Vaishnava, and the Godhead become merciful towards me. Then there's no false ego anymore. False ego, what is false ego? Yes. Yes. I'm Indian. I'm a man. I'm lady. I'm dog. You behave like this, like your form where you're born in. But what will happen after you leave? So I identify with this, what is actually only temporary, has a beginning and an end. So I think this, I am that. But in 100 years, who knows what you are? According to your activities you perform, you will get the body in the next life accordingly. It's a false ego. I identify with something I am not. Human beings become arrogant when they come under the spell of lust and anger. When one becomes puffed up with pride, one does not feel the necessity of taking the shelter of Guru and Vaishnava anymore. As a result, the noose of the conditioned state becomes more firm. So one becomes more entangled in the material world and more identifies whatever may happen in this world. And they will not understand. All this is like dream. It has a beginning and it has an end. You run for pleasure, you will get a short moment and then again you will. Many desires will appear again and you will hunt after them. Mostly we are just hunting for this enjoyment. It's only in the mind that physically there is no enjoyment. It's very short. One will have to be always in the company of saints. We will not be able to live without the association of saints. Remaining aloof from the company of saints is engaged in the mental thought flow in a solitary corner. The evil idea of becoming the Lord becomes very much intense. So basically we want to become the Lord. We want to control. We want to enjoy. But this is not our position. And if one is not cautious, if one does not live life under the allegiance of Sadhu and Guru, one will have to fall into danger. Whenever one is without any shelter, one will be victimized by Maya, which makes one wander in the material existence, making one her servant. Any question on this? When is prasad ready? Krishna Srila Prabhupada speaking is not easy to digest. But truth is truth. If you have not experienced what is truth, then you easily can escape. Your mind is very tricky. Maya is very tricky. If you enter the mental level, he will tell you so many things, so many arguments he will give. No, this is wrong, this is not right. This is, mind is impure. We cannot control our mind. Mind is constantly hankering for something. No peace. We have not experienced peace. We do not know what it means. The mind becomes silent. And the Lord appears in a purified mind. And you will understand what is real bliss, what is real exchange between the divine, soul to soul, not body to body or mind to mind. We are very ignorant. We do not even know what the mind is. We have no idea, we cannot see. In the past, and I was in India, I was just going to India I know that there's much more. And I want to see if the yogis now, 50 years ago almost, I went there. And they showed me, yes, Krishna was guiding me there. Now I can see that everything is not under my control. Everything was led by him. So, but we are the slaves of the mind. We cannot control. If you can control the mind, you can control the whole universe. So powerful can it be? Mahaprabhu said this to Haridas Thakur and Rupa Goswami. Just by doing pure service, by this pure service you can control the whole universe, he said. And Haridas Thakur, he told, your chanting is so pure, so powerful, chanting Maha Mantra, that you purify the whole universe. If you think that the Jagannath is there, if you realize, not the external form, he is in the form, he appears if the pure devotee calls him. What you think, when you please him, the whole universe is pleased, because he is everything. We have no idea how powerful this Bhakti devotional is. Everything acts or everything moves according to his will. But the illusion or Maya let us think that I am the doer, I am the controller. I, my. So, Some comment, argue, please. You have no good arguments, otherwise you cannot continue your material life.
So when the living entity experience, he is completely ignorant in this body, and slowly he learns how to eat, how to do this and that, and he identifies with that body and grows up. So without help from anywhere outside, how should he understand?
Yeah. In the beginning by prasadam. Because we need something to taste nicely. And prasadam is the mercy of the Lord. And hearing Harikatha, you may not understand, but you may get an impression. But there's a difference between the newspapers and Harikatha. And by this, you might get some tiny impression, and suddenly one lifetime will come, then you will ask yourself, why I'm here, what I'm doing here. Where I'm going. What is this, what I experience now? Is this just come from earth or from... What is the difference between a dead body and a living body? Everything is there. All the cells and material scene, there's no difference. But why he is not moving? I can pinch him. He will not feel. He will not react on it. And he is alive, then he will say, don't pinch me. So what is the difference?
The difference between a dead and a living body is what is that one is so high? The living entity has left. Body is...
Yes, but who is this? What this life? What is living this body? What is this? This we have to find out. And if one becomes inquisitive, if one gets this question, he's not satisfied anymore what he's getting in this world. When one is intelligence coming, is clearing, mind becomes pure, then he will ask such question and he will get answer. Because Lord is sitting in the heart of everyone. If you want to know it, if you are sincere, you will get information. The Lord will guide you according to your desire, what you want to know. Could be like this. I mean, for real sadhu, is no doubt about this, because he living in the world, in the transcendental plane. Or he is connected, but we are not connected. We are doubting that something, that God exists at all, Very intelligent people, they are called agnostic or atheists. because they have only material experience. They have no idea how their mind is working, how real their mind is, much more real than the body. Because everything goes to the mind. Mind has desire, enjoy this, this not. And according to the mind, we are following. He is our master. So then, because of this, the first thing the yogi has to learn is how to control the mind, or how to deal with the mind. In the Ishopanishad, first shloka, this said. We have to learn to tolerate all these things: anger, mind, lust, enviousness. We have to learn to tolerate. It is connected with the external world. But we are not member of the external. We are pure living beings. We belong to the Lord. There we want to perform our pastimes, different leelas. Whatever you experience in this material world is also in the spiritual world. Don't think you're bored there. This is a boring place. Same thing, but there is absolutely pure and real. Here everything is cheating. Everything is temporary. This is the difference. If you want to have a relationship with family, do you have family there also? You have? No, but now you're in ignorance. But we have our eternal family. Jai Srila Prabhupada ki jai, Jai Sri Gurudeva ki jai, Nittai Gaura Pramanandi, Vancha Kalpa Tarubhyascha, Sambhudhyeva.